Okay, this is, for example, an example of a step down transformer. In the input, I have a 120 volts AC, and in the output, there are different possibilities. 60 volts between this and this, 40 volts between this and this, 20 volts between this and this. Yeah, it's a step down transformer. It's very, very, very useful. In the page, you have in this moment two transformers. This one, the first one, this one is for electrical circuits, and this one, the second one, is for electronic. If you see the terminal, the legs, those legs are ready to be inserted in the circuit board and soldering. Both of them have the same function, but this one, the second one, will be integrated in a circuit board, and the first one is for an electrical circuit. This is the example. Look, internally in the circuit board of the inverter, you have a transformer, and in the transformer, in the input, you have a DC current, and in the output, you have a 220 or 120 AC, because this is a step-up transformer, This is a typical example. You have more step-up transformers in other equipments. For example, internally in amplifiers, a lot of electronic equipment, electronic devices, they have step-up transformers. This is a transformer, a step-down, equal to this, step down, exactly like this one. We are going to use this one to check if your rectifier is good. I am going to connect in the input 120, and I am going to be ready. I connect female terminals for positive for my output. This one, the input is 120, and the output is 28 volts AC, because it's a step down transformer. I have 120 here and 28 in the output, exactly like this. I have 120 volts at the input and 28 in the secondary of this transformer. In marine applications, we are going to use three types of transformers: isolator transformer, step up transformers, and step down transformers. In simple terms, a transformer is basically an iron frame with two coils, one in front of the other one. As you know, if I have one coil here and other coil in front of the other one, the AC current produces mutual induction. If I put this coil powered in front of the second one, not powered, the power from this coil passes to the second one for induction, and the second one is powered. What is the advantage when the power is passed to the other side by induction? The power in the second side is clean. The example is this. Suppose that I have in the primary coil, this is the primary coil, the voltage, the intensity, and the number of coils. The voltage is 1000 volts in the primary coil. The intensity is 2 amps in the primary coil. And the number of coils in the primary is 50 turns. And I know about the secondary coil only the intensity. The intensity is 10 amps. The question is, how much is the voltage in the secondary and how much is the amount of coils in the secondary? We are going to use a simple formula to calculate that. What is the formula when you talk about transformer? The formula is simple. Remember, if I have power in the input, the power passes to the secondary by induction, but the power is exactly the same in the primary than the secondary. What is the meaning of that? The input power should be exactly the same like the output power. The input power, according with the formula, is voltage times intensity. Voltage in the primary times intensity in the primary should be equal to the power in the secondary. Voltage in the secondary times intensity in the secondary. Okay, if I have this one equal to this, I can organize that formula in this way. Voltage in the primary divided by the voltage in the secondary should be equal to intensity in the secondary divided by the intensity in the primary, and also should be equal to the number of coils in the primary divided by the number of coils in the secondary. This is the magic formula. With that formula, we can solve transformers. We can calculate how much is the voltage in the secondary if I have information related with the primary, or vice versa. In this particular case, I have an isolated transformer. The isolated transformer, remember, have equal coils, equal turns in both sides, in the primary and the secondary, equal amount of coils. What is the meaning of that? That if I have 120 volts at the input, I have 120 in the output. If I have 240 in the input, I have 240 in the output. The voltage will be exactly the same because the amount of turns in both coils, primary and secondaries, are the same. This is the isolated transformer. Where is located the isolated transformer in a boat? According with my recommendation, the isolated transformer should be located. This is the output of the switch selector. This is the output of the switch selector. The power enter in the isolated transformer, and the power continue and enter in the main breaker of the AC panel. According with my recommendation, the isolated transformer should be located in between the switch selector and the main panel. Why? Because in this location, I clean the signal coming from generator, or coming from inverter, or coming from short power. All of those three signals are cleaned, and the signal will be completely clean in the output of the isolated transformer. Okay, what is the procedure to do the wiring with transformers? If I have a transformer like this, suppose that this transformer is a single phase. This is a typical transformer single phase, and I am going to do the wiring right now. This is the input, this is the primary. In the primary, I have the hot and the neutral coming in. Suppose that the hot and the neutral coming in is 120 volts, 60 hertz. If I have the same amount of coils in the secondary, of course, I have 120. And this is the neutral, and after this point, this end will be hot line, and this end will be the neutral. And remember, only at the source of the power, neutral and ground are together. This is the source of the power. In this point, the ground is together with the neutral. The ground is together with the neutral. This is the ground. The procedure to wire a double phase transformer is like this. This is the input. Phase number 1 is black color, phase number 1. In this point, finish the phase number 1 and continue. But in this point, touch the frame and is connected with the neutral. Remember, only at the source of the power. And continue the second phase. Okay, this is phase 1, the red one. Continue. Phase 2, and this point is the neutral point. That's the neutral point. In the output, I have exactly the same. Phase number 1, finish here, and continue here. Phase number 2, and this point in the middle will be the neutral.